So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys a story about the scariest thing that I saw while I was in prison. If you guys don't already know me, hi, my name is Christina. Whenever I was 21, I was sentenced to 3 years prison in the state of Florida. So everything I'm going to be talking to you guys about is from my own personal experience and my own personal opinion. Please remember to be kind to everybody, everywhere, in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance on hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. Y'all, I'm frustrated. Not even gonna lie. Let me tell y'all what happened. So I filmed this whole entire video, and y'all, when I tell y'all it was so good and so juicy and so amazing, okay? I was filming in my regular filming spot that you guys see me in a lot of the times when I do story times. And I have a new camera and all that, y'all know, whatever. But my audio, I filmed the whole thing, y'all, all these details, and then I went to go edit it and the audio was completely gone. So I'm like, let's do it again. Okay, so round two, ding, ding, ding. All right, so today's video, I'm gonna be telling you guys the full story about the scariest thing that I saw while I was in prison. Now, before we get into it, I wanna tell you guys again, I already told y'all, but y'all didn't hear it because you couldn't hear me. Everybody's experience of what they consider to be the scariest thing is going to be different. A lot of that depends on like how you grew up, what your lifestyle was before. Because for me personally, like I saw fights and stuff like that all the time. I mean, literally my very first time getting jumped by multiple other people was in first grade. Yeah, looking back at it as an adult now, I'm like, what the heck was my life? I literally got jumped in first grade by other girls. Like, it's been a long one, you guys. It's been like, I'm tired. I'm 35, I'm tired. Anyways, so I was no stranger to seeing fights. I mean, you guys know, if you watched why I went to prison, you know that like I was scrappy, fought all the time, no big thing. But this situation really kind of rocked my world and I've never forgot about it. And so we're gonna talk about that. Now, I've told you guys plenty of times that in prison, from my personal experience and what I've seen, the number one thing that causes fights is relationships, okay? When I think back about prison, I think like, a lot of you guys have always commented, like, why do they care if you're in a relationship when you're in prison? Like if you're in a female's prison, woman with woman, you know, or if you're in a male's prison, male, male. Why do the guards necessarily care? Well, some of them are just kind of buttheads anyways. We know that. But like, looking back now, I can really see why it is detrimental in prison for people to be in I mean, it's going to happen regardless. There's no stopping it. But I get why it's a rule, because so much jealousy, fighting, you know, violence comes from relationships. I want to say it's 90% of what I saw, fights in there, was from relationships. Okay, so I've told you guys before, just imagine, and I'm going to talk to the women. Well, I love my guys out there too. Shout out to y'all. But imagine y'all women that are married to a man. Let's just say that. You're married to your husband, right? Now imagine you and your husband, just you and your husband, go get locked in a facility for the next 5 years with 1,000 other women that want your man. It don't matter how strong your relationship is. It's going to cause some insecurities and some weird, that's exactly what it's like when it's women on women in prison in there, because you got 1,000 other women. It's competition constantly, and you can't just go home, close your doors, turn off social media. You are in there, okay? So anyways, so this particular day, now I've told you guys before, this happened at Hernando in Brooksville, Florida. Shout out to all my people down there in Brooksville. And this is a very small compound. This is what was considered a cupcake prison. Whew. The things that happen in cupcake prisons. Can you imagine what happens in the rough ones? All right, anyways. So on this prison compound, there was one set of dorms and one, there's multiple fences around, but in this big fence, there's one like huge set of dorms, and I want to say there's 4 pods, okay? And in each pod is 100 women. So if you have 400 to 500 women on one that's a small prison, okay? That's a small prison. On the other side of the fence was the YOs, which was 2 dorms. So I want to say 200. I think there was like 650 women total, or 400, something like that in the whole entire prison. It's a small prison, okay? On our side, I was on the adult side, although I was 21, 22 when this happened, okay? On our side, we have these 4 big pod dorms, and outside of them is like this big, huge pavilion, a basketball court with a flat basketball, some bleachers, and a couple like rinkety old like wooden picnic tables that's probably filled with termites and definitely full of flies and bugs. And then a little like workout station, which is, you know, that's a whole nother video. But anyways, it's not much. It's not what you would imagine in prison, okay? So this happened on a Saturday. I'll never, ever, ever forget this because I'm a pretty wild person and I've never seen anything like this before in my life, okay? So it's a Saturday. During the weekdays in prison, you go to work, you have a routine, all of that. Now on Saturdays and Sundays, it's different in prison. Everybody's off of work, okay? They open the doors after the first count, which is probably around 8 o'clock in the morning, and you can go outside. And you can spend the whole day outside until it's time to come in for your last count at 5 or 6 or whenever it is, okay? So you go outside, and like I said, there's a pavilion out there, and by a pavilion, I want you guys to envision, I hope I can find some pictures. I may not be able to, but I'll try. It's this long, I want to say it's about 40 feet long. I mean, it's a big pavilion, okay? So you got this long thing that has these big white square posts that go up and hold this like, looks like a roof, but that's all it is. It's these white posts about going down 40 feet and then this roof. Now on those white posts, there's about 6 microwaves. Now you may think 6 microwaves is a lot, but when you've got 450 women all waiting to use 6 microwaves, it's not a lot of microwaves, okay? So what happens is they open the door, bzz, click. We all go outside. We got our bowls ready. We're ready to get in line for a microwave, and it is time to swat flies and cook food because it's Saturday. So I'm outside on this, underneath this pavilion, and I mean, it's loud. You got a bunch of women there out there talking, commotion, da, 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 da. The posts that are holding up the pavilion are full of flies. Hundreds of flies are landing on your mouth. You're swatting, you're trying to cover up your food. You're just trying to get your food microwaved and get out, okay? So this particular day, this Saturday, I'm standing here waiting for this microwave. I'm next in line, and I'm watching these 2 women. Now, these are 2 dark-skinned women. There's going to be 3 women that's involved in this. All of them are dark-skinned women, okay? Now, there's 2 women, and then there's a stud. Now, the stud in prison is considered to be the more masculine woman in the relationship.
Can I get some? What's up? What's up?
Now, before y'all come to me and try to correct me and say, oh, it's not a stud, it's a transgender. Not all lesbian women want to be referred to as transgender, okay? This was a stud, and stud in prison is not a bad term. It's literally what it is. Matter of fact, studs are what all the women want in prison, and they get taken care of. So everybody's been in prison. Y'all know. We've done talked about this a million times. But anyways, so the stud had been in a relationship with one of these women. Now, she was a dark-skinned woman. She was I want to say probably about 5'5", okay? She had little dreads that come out like this all over her head, okay? She wore her pants saggy and baggy, okay? So she had the blue prison blues that I tell you guys about. And a lot of the times the studs, and I remember vividly, she had these on this exact day. We get these white pajamas to wear at nighttime. By pajamas, they're not pajamas, okay? It's like a sheet that's cut in the shape of shorts and a top, okay? And you have to wear them when you go to sleep. But she was wearing, and a lot of the studs would do this, they would wear these white, like, they look almost like boxer shorts underneath their blues, and then they sag their pants so it looks like they're sagging and have boxers on, and it really does. It looks like that, and then it has a belt. So she had on her pants sagging, booty hanging out, you know, walking around with her hands in her crotch like a lot of the studs do. Y'all know. Some of y'all are studs watching this. You're like, yep, we sure do. You sure do. Anyways, pants in, and she had a sweater on this day. I don't know why, but whatever. It's hotter than hot in Florida, but anyways. And the girl standing up at the microwave, and the other the girl and another girl, and I'm watching them. They have this like off-white bowl, and it's about this deep, and it's about this round. And I'm watching them, they got the bowl on top of the microwave waiting to put it in, and they're doing mayonnaise, and they're whispering, and they're looking around and they're whispering. Now me, I'm not thinking anything of it, okay? In prison, when somebody's whispering, get out their face. I ain't got no reason to be looking in their mouth. I see them whispering. I'm waiting for the microwave. I see them putting my mayonnaise in the bowl. We use mayonnaise in bowls for all different types of things. We make cakes. We make, you know, different meals. I'm not thinking anything, okay? I'm not thinking anything. I'm trying to mind my sweet little business, baby. And I'm watching mayonnaise in this bowl, okay? I'm looking off, not paying no attention. I see the two girls, they're whispering. They open up the microwave, they stick it in, you know, whatever. Now I've got my little food, I'm ready to make my fudge or whatever, and I'm just waiting. Ding! The thing comes off. The one chick, they're whispering the whole time. Like, they could have been talking about anything. They could have been talking about, like, you know, what they were going to make for dinner, or, you know, their case. Like, I'm not thinking anything. She pulls the bowl out. She calls the other chick that comes over, the stud, the third one I was telling you about. She was in a relationship with one of the women, and I guess she had been messing with the other woman on the side, and those two had found out about it, and they were talking. And the woman comes walking over, the stud comes walking over, hands in her pants like this, and it was literally like it was in slow motion. I watched the one woman take this bowl, and she slung it. And you guys have to understand, when you I never even thought about this before. You microwave mayonnaise like that, it turns into a grease, okay? I'd never seen it before, never even thought about it. And she throws it in her face, and when it hits her face, oh my gosh, I'm shaking thinking about it. Her face and these spots just turn white, and she's screaming, and she's touching her hand, and everybody just starts rushing, and I am watching, like, literally, and she's touching it, and like, and the other two women are just kind of standing there watching everything's going on. Next thing you know, you hear the whistles blowing, guards are running, they're saying, dorm, lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. So everybody, they start rushing us all into our rooms, and I am like dang near traumatized, because I've never seen anything like that. Like I said, I've seen a busted head. I've seen a baseball bat straight to the dome, baby. But I have never seen something, one, that calculated. I mean, because I'd never even thought of that before. The things that people think about in prison is like mind-blowing, okay? Warming up mayonnaise. You can buy mayonnaise on the canteen or get it from the kitchen. That's scary, okay? Two, I had never seen a dark-skinned woman's face turn white like that. Now, I don't know what happened after she got to the hospital, but we'll get there too. But like instantly, the meat, it just turned... Oh, anyways, so they rush us all into the dorms. You know, it's locked down. It's locked down. Now, when I get to my dorm, I get to my bunk. Okay, I'm in the back corner bunk right by the window, so I can see the pavilion perfectly. And I'm just like... I'm not wanting to say a word to anybody. There's commotion going on because I saw the whole thing, but at the same time, like... You know, I knew them. I'm not BFFs with them. Like, I'm not getting into that. But like, whoa. Okay? So I'm watching the paramedics come in, everything. And at this point, my girl Jody, who is in the YO program on the other side, she sees the life flight come in. They come in, they get her. Like, she is still like, they gave her some gauze or something. So she had like white stuff all over her face. I cannot imagine what that must have felt like. Like, oh my gosh. She was life flighted out, and I never saw her again. They did end up, and then I sat there and I watched the officers go to the other dorm and get the other two women and take them in handcuffs to lock. But the reason why that was like the most scariest thing for me, one, like I said, I've never seen somebody's face turn, like I've seen it turn red. I've never seen it turn white. But the calculation is what really freaked me out. Okay, I was expecting locks and socks. I was expecting for somebody to steal you in the middle of the night. You know, you're always watching your back in prison, just making sure nobody's coming up behind you, you know, because you just never know. You know, you're always watching your back to the officers too, because some of them are super shady. Shout out to my good officers out there. I know y'all are out there. I love y'all. Thank y'all for what y'all do. I know y'all got a tough job. But when you think about grease in a bowl like that, okay, the dedication to hurting somebody, okay, like that, when you do something like that, when you go through that thought pattern of mayonnaise, hot grease, and throwing it in somebody's face, your intentions is to scar them for life. You know, you get into a fist fight, you know, you could lose your cool, right? Maybe you've got issues. Maybe you've got an issue where, you know, you have anger problems. I know I did, okay? Maybe you have a savior complex. Guilty. Been there too, okay? And maybe you get into a fight, maybe you react, but when you plot out to put hot grease and change somebody's face forever, that's another level of scary that I just wasn't used to. That I was not used to. That is vindictive. That is a plan. That is wanting somebody to look in the mirror for the rest of their life and remember you because of what you see in your reflection. Like, whew, baby, when I tell you I was looking over my shoulder after, even though I didn't do nothing to nobody and I got along with everybody, you just, baby, when I tell y'all I had my, like, whoa, like, these women really up in here, like, trying to destroy people's lives. That's exactly what it is. Not just a fight. The fights aren't scary. You're going to see fights all the time in there. That's terrifying. So, all right, my loves, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I hope that you guys liked this video. As always, my loves, please do not forget to like it. It's a free way that you can help your girl out. And until next time, I love you guys so very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Love you guys. Bye.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust.